My friend showed me for this instead.
Okay.
There it goes.
Yeah, that works.
And she also found me a colored one of my icon image of him, which is nice.
Huh?
And then like I have one with him reading because I've like wanted like a picture of them reading for like when I'm like doing something. All right. I'll leave that up for a couple minutes and okay, it's going back between the things. Is it having issues?
No, not on my end.
All right, because I just know watching any stream on the computer, I tend to have to load. Twitch has to reload every so often, not too much, but so it's a little unreliable to go off mine. And the KBS square, like it goes between all three colors for a moment. Yeah, it just dropped and then it went back up.
Gotcha.
Just let me know how it's looking like shortly after I say that, because it'd take a moment for you to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just that image, so yeah, I don't think it would do anything else. I had something up, but
So you're pulling up the game right now?
no, it's still just the image, but like it does change things every so often.
Okay.
Or like the stream
Yeah,
rate, I guess, or whatever it's called, goes between the different colors. What's that?
I still see the image, so it should be fine for the time being.
Alright. Alright, let's try Katamari then.
Okay.
I gotta get my controller in for that. I got decently far into the third dungeon of Zenki, and it's gotten rather difficult at this point. There's more of the creatures, and they have enemies now that actually inflict injuries, which give you an attack and a carry penalty. So like it reduces what you can carry while they're injured, and it gives you a penalty on your attack, reducing it.
I see.
Yep. Alright, game is up. Just give me a moment to sync this over to it.
Okay.
Alright, take down the image, and it should be switching over shortly. And I'll just go with my completed file for testing. It's not what?
It's not really full screen yet. It's like in a window.
Oh yeah, I have to change that, and then give me a second here.
Okay.
Well, we can keep talking. I just have to find the setting in the thing for it, you know.
No problem.
I do have it set to scale to window, but I must have to do something else. Oh, okay. That fit to window right there. All right. Is it playing okay so far? It did what?
Now it buffered just a little.
Alright. It still looks like it's in the green, so...
Okay. Yeah, I was only just for a second.
Yeah. This is kind of a good middle ground game because it's got some 3D and decent graphics, but it's not too heavy to test that part of it. Yes, welcome to the wonderful world of Katamari. Roll up the world. The scarf's actually an accessory, or one of the presents I got. I think this is actually the Shinobi scarf. That is technically like the tagline in every Katamari game, is roll up the world. Alright, give me 1 second, gotta adjust the volume for you here. So that I can hear you a little bit more so than this. I'll have to do that through the actual game's different things. Yeah, because you remember when I was first like testing it, it had, with the extender, it had really bad connection for streaming, but everything else was fine.
Oh yeah.
Alright, there's Katamari. We'll turn that down. There we go. Yeah, like all of the music in this is like decidedly Japanese in their games. There's some really good energetic songs, and there's some kind of weird songs. This is like the tagline song, by the way. The one that most people know. It's actually called Katamari Damacy, like the game. La 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 la. What's that?
Speaking of weird Japanese games, by the way, I remember when we actually talked about Mr. Mosquito.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
You have to watch out for animals bigger than you. They can knock crap off of you.
I remember actually renting that game from Star Wars.
I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
So I chose to do this on Eternal, which means there's no time limit. We can literally get as big as we want.
Oh, nice.
It's our daddy, King of the Cosmos, who had a dream that he flew through space and just destroyed all the stars and constellations. Then he realized it wasn't a dream.
Yep.
It's not as weird as like the very end stage of Katamari 2, where you roll up the sun and the star. You roll up the planets and the stars and constellations that you're making to roll up the sun. And this one, you roll up the continents. As the ending credits play, it's great. And they all end, and like all the people and everything wind up on the moon. Like the main family that's in like the story of this, yeah, they wind up on the moon. And like every time you made a constellation or a star, the daughter was like, "I feel it. The cosmos is returning." And she always had like a tagline for any of the constellations.
Yeah, the video is the stream is buffering a little, and plus the quality is kind of all over the place.
What do you mean by the quality is not that good at the moment?
I mean, at least on Pixel, it's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I mean, I can still see what's going on, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I know I'm losing stuff. Oh no. I wasn't talking about the stream, I was just talking about in the game. But yeah, I do see what you mean, because I have it pulled up and just minimized so I can look myself. I can pick up the mice now, hee hee hee. Your Katamari is as big as 344 ballpoint pens. I love how they do that. It's usually more beneficial to pick up things that are big but not too oddly shapen so you can still roll it easily. That way you can get bigger faster. You can pick up all these golf balls, by the way. They just kind of roll in a circle, so it takes a bit of time to collect them all. Pick up the birdies.
Yeah, I've always found Katamari to be a pretty weird game. But not in a bad sort of sense.
Yeah. I think it's been like described as one of those really weird niche Japanese games that somehow took off huge with a specific crowd in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend introduced me to this one and the second one because he had them on the PS2 when they came out. If they redo the second one, which I don't quite remember its name, I'll probably get that too. Because that's the one where you actually have like interesting objectives besides just rolling up constellations and stars. Like you have to make a snowman head as big as you can, and there's actually a part on the map where there's traffic cones or something making the face that you have to roll over perfectly to get it like 100%. And then there is a level based off of the 1,000 paper cranes where you have to roll up at least 1,000 paper cranes in a school. Yeah, it does more interesting stuff in the second one. The constellations where you only need to roll up one are like mega annoying if you're trying to get the biggest one. Because they have like things that are like shaped or I think it's colored like the animal that'll count towards it and stop the level. Has it come into focus, or has it been like kind of pixelated the whole time? Alright, well, at least the connection is better than it was before, because I think last time you had said it was actually like stopping. Yeah, then they'll have like people holding items that can count towards that animal, or just animals on balloons flying around too that you have to avoid when you get bigger.
Okay, now the stream's just experiencing errors.
Alright, yeah, I went red for a second. Give it a second here and see what happens. Because it was kind of going back and forth a bit. Alright, it should be good now. It's showing green again.
Yeah, had to refresh it.
It's not staying green as easily or as long as it had been, but it's enough. Like, his reasoning for the time limits in the games are always ridiculous, too. It's like, being royal, we can only afford 10 minutes. Any longer than that, and we'll get bored.
Yep.
Is it still kind of, like, stopping a bit? I don't know if I can change that through settings or anything, or if that's just part of the connection issue.
I'd say that's mostly part of it, unfortunately.
Mostly the what? Oh, yeah. As long as people don't mind that, I don't really care. And I've seen people that have like multiple times where people have to refresh anyway, so I'm not as concerned about that anymore. As long as it will last like a decent while before someone has to. Because I'm not going to be doing anything like to this scale of like graphics just yet, so the only thing I'd possibly be doing is just finishing the restreaming of Builders Chapter 3.
But just imagine if DSP, if he ever experienced these kind of issues, he'd probably just stop the stream.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to make sure it's got a better connection for quality of streaming than it did before. Yeah, so this is actually one of the advanced moves they teach you here. It's the quick turn. This is like regular turning here. And you just click both sticks and you do that, and then you have... You get down. This controller doesn't do this one quite as good. This, dashing. There's another one that I use more often. I don't dash much at all. Trying to remember what it was. Dashing is good on the time, or quick turn is good for the time limits though, because it helps you get to the other side really easily without having to waste time. Dashing, people I've seen only more so use it to get out of places where they get stuck. So we are at 1 meter and 20 centimeters now and counting. Around, I think, 5, you can start picking up people. You eventually get to the point, like, when you're making the moon, you are picking up islands and everything in clouds. Giant sea creatures, whirlpools, entities in the sky. I also think the second one's where they introduced rolling up your family. Because, like, your mom is big and then your dad is huge, and, like, they're usually in the ocean somewhere. You could roll up your cousins in any of them because you can actually switch to play as them. But you have to roll them up to use them like you do the presents. And keep them on the... Yep, see, I knocked her over, and now we have a girl named Miyoko Takada. You'll actually hear them, like, scream and shit, too. I said you'll actually hear, like, the people scream and everything. Yeah, this is like a stage where you aren't supposed to, I think, make more than a 1 meter Katamari, because it's, like, the very first star, I think. So getting it big enough to roll up other things would take a while. Yeah, this is a different song now. This is still a good one, though. Yeah, rolling up the cow and the bear, they only wanted you to roll up 1. But, like, a person in a bear costume or, like, a cow pylon, the cow traffic cones, counted. Or milk cartons even counted. Or statues and things would count for those. Alright.
It kind of makes me wonder, how are they able to render all of this in PS2?
Yeah, I know. Trying to figure out how to end this using this Katamari. You might have to do that with a timer. Oh, there we go. So this is where all of your different presents you've gotten are. The superhero scarf, the crown, the ducky, the winter scarf, and then the ninja scarf that I'm wearing. Oh yeah. Headphones and champion belt. From the second game on, they actually separated them into head and waist things. You can wear two of them. Because, like, obviously the belt was on your waist, not on your head. And as you could see, there was other presents I didn't have yet. So here's where we can view all of our constellations. If you, for the actual constellations, the more of the item you had to collect you got, the more of the stars in the constellations got connected and lit up. So there, like you can see for Gemini, I only got 78% of the twins. Okay, that's the mushroom where all of your cousins reside for multiplayer. There's the cow. Oh no, Taurus, yeah. You can see not all of the stars are lit up on it because I only got like a medium-sized cow for it. Past that point, it gets kind of hard to get a bigger one. Pisces was collecting fish. As you can see, none of these ones at the top right there are lit up. That's where you go to save. Alright, let's do one more, then I think I'll try an actual stream game. I had to pick up like royal shit for this one, Corona Borealis. Here you go, I'll show you the ending. Let's roll up the world, baby. It's basically what you're doing. Okay, it's gonna go through the whole credit sequence, so I guess not. See, is this the one for the moon? Yep. Let's see if I can get it. You're not timed on this, but you have to get it as close to 10 meters as you can. And they'll show you what that looks like on the roll, like in the middle of the screen for the size of the Katamari that you're aiming towards once. Oh, I should have read what he says. He says interesting things. Today you'll be rolling around the world. The Katamari should be, let's see, around a smooth 300 meters. We can believe in you for 25 minutes in Earth time, but any longer than that, and even the king of all cosmos can't be expected to wait. We look forward to a nice Katamari, Callow Prince. Yeah, you're the prince. I think I gotten close to 300. Alright, so I guess they do time you when you're doing this again. Because like I said, they don't give you a time limit, but they do give you a size they want you to reach. And you're only shown how big that's going to look on the Katamari once before you start. So it's a guessing game when you get close to it. I got, I think, either like slightly close to 8 meters or slightly past 9 when I stopped. Yeah, so I wasted all that time because you rolled around with nothing down there, trying to find a way back up. Yeah, like even those signs would have counted for the cows. Annoyingly, that big guy in the striped shirt's called an American tourist.
Oh wow, he's actually rolling the robots.
You can roll up everything. We're gonna be well into rolling up islands and everything by the time we're close to 200 feet, so yeah, it's a pretty big one. I'm already rolling up people.
Oh, nice.
They make all these weird noises and things when you do it too. The only weird thing about it is some of the like females you roll up laugh. Where's 3 meters, huh? Still just a baby. We're as big as 961 beach balls, apparently. No, stop dropping stuff. Yeah, so you can, when you get big enough, you can even roll up these fences.
Which Netflix just went in. Netflix just went in one street without that, or without me shutting it down in that case.
I hate that.
Yeah.
It's in the red right now, so it might be a little... Just let me know when you get it back up how it's looking at the moment.
Yeah, it's still rough on my end, so.
Yeah, it's still in the red for the moment. It was doing fine for a while there, so it's weird. Alright, back in the green now. It took a little longer than I would have liked. Oh. Is it doing okay?
It's stuck on my end.
Yeah, it shot back into the red like pretty quickly. It's like, yeah, very laggy. Well, it's in the red right now. Like, doing like one frame every so often and kind of jumping ahead. It stinks because I would like to start doing streaming again, but might not be able to.
Yeah.
For some reason, like, we can't use the connectors that the PC came with to help with that sort of thing. I suppose I could always later on try and see if it'll connect right to the router again. Yeah, it's staying in the red right now. It's like going up in KBS, but it's not going into yellow or green.
That's really odd.
I guess it's just something with the way newer computers are. Oh, I got bashed by the mole tank. There's a tank in the schoolyard with a drill on it, yeah. They have a lot of people with pompadours in this because your dad has one, and like when you play the PSP one, you like kind of see how they met. And like the grandpa's in it, who's even bigger than him because it like deals with him when the king was a kid. Just shot in the green for a moment, but then it dropped. That's probably because I'm not liking the regular gameplay right now, so there's not much going on.